Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 2, Trade to Territories. And the subtopic today we are going to deal, and that is war with Marathas. As we know that after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, he never left any such a mighty successor behind him which can maintain the Mughal dynasty in a strong manner. So, due to which the Marathas became powerful and they started controlling the Mughal dynasty. And how this happens, we are going to look into it. From the late of the 18th century, the company also sought to curb the everything. Eventually, they started destroy Maratha power. With their defeat in the Third Battle of Panipat in 1761, the Marathas' dream of ruling from Delhi was shattered. They were divided into many states under the different chiefs, which was known as Sardars, belonging to dynastics such as Sindhya dynasty, Holkar dynasty, Gaikwads, and Bhosle. So these chiefs were held together a confederacy under a Peshwa, who were known as principal minister, who became its effective military and administrative hand based in Pune. Madhaji Sindhya and Nana Fadnavis were the two famous Maratha rulers and the statesmen of the late 18th century. It is to be said that Marathas were subdued in a series of wars. In the first war that ended in 1782 with the Treaty of Salbai, there was no clear victory from both the sides. The Second Anglo-Maratha War, which was fought between 1880 to 1803 to 1805, at that was fought at the different fronts, resulting in the British gaining Orissa. Some parts of Orissa went into the hands of the British Empire, and the territories north of the Yamuna River, including the Agra and Delhi, also came into the hands of the British. Finally, when the Third Anglo-Maratha War was started in 1870 to 1890, this was a crusade Maratha power. You can say crushed, and they were finally rooted out. The Peshwa was removed and sent away to Bittur, which is near Kanpur in Maharashtra, with a pension was given to him. The company now had a complete control over the territories south of the Vindhyas region. This made the English East India Company to claim paramountcy, means to have complete administrative system over the territory of India. It is clear from the above that from the early 19th century, the company pursued an aggressive policy of territorial expansion. Territorial means taking over the control of lands of Marathas or Mughals or other Subedars or Jamindars. At that time, under the Lord Hastings, who became the Governor General from 1830 to 1823, he started a new policy which was known as paramountcy. And under this paramountcy, he initiated that now the company well claimed that its authority was paramount, means supreme authority will be of British Parliament, or you can call English East India Company same. So hence its power was greater than that of Indian states none of the rulers were having so much guts to fight with the English East India Company at that time, and that reason was only one thing, that was divide and rule. And this was the simple happened also that none of the kings or Nawabs was liking each other, and keeping such divide themselves and ruling of the Indian rulers made the British to expand its territory in India. In order to protect its interests, it was justified in annexing or threatening to annex any Indian kingdoms. Either they came, wholesale authority means either they surrender, then it's okay. If not, either have a war with them. This process, however, did not go unchallenged. For example, when the British tried to annex the small state of Kittur, which is today in Karnataka, today Rani Chennamma took to arms and led an anti-British resistance. So Rani Chennamma was ready to fight against the British. She took the arms, means started the war, and led an anti-British resistance movement everywhere in Kittur, in region of Karnataka. But she was arrested in 1824 and died in a prison in 1829. But her commander Chokidar, Rayana, a poor Chokidar, a Sangholi in Kittur, carried on the resistance. With popular support, he destroyed many British camps and records. He was caught and hanged by the British in 1830. You will read more about several cases of resistance later in this book. Till that time, take care of yourself. I am sending some notes also. You kindly go through it.